Elisheva. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Nicole. I'm the social media coordinator for the All American High School Film Festival, and I'm so excited to learn all about your film. Congratulations on being one of our 2025 official selections.
Thank you so much.
So, just for starters, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me where you're from, what high school you go to, and what got you into filmmaking?
For sure, actually, yeah. So, my name is Elisheva Pyles. The P stands for Pyles. um, I am 18 years old. I'm currently going to Saxe High School, and I really, getting to film. I've wanted to do film like ever since the age of 10, specifically storytime animation on YouTube, and from there, my dream for animation just skyrocketed, and now I am hoping, Lord willing, to get into owning my own film studio one day, making films specifically 2D animated, whether I direct them, I write them, I animate them, I draw, and design for them, I act in them, all of that stuff. I'm just totally down for that. And it really started with inspiration from just watching movies when I was younger, watching videos on YouTube, and seeing basically people just like myself do this, so it helped me feel like, oh my gosh, I can do this too, you know what I mean? And I just really grew a passion for it as I just kept studying it throughout the years, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping to do more of that for sure to really change the world.
That's so awesome. Okay, so for
Thank
this
you.
next part, it's going to be a little bit of an activity. Um, I'm gonna have you do like an elevator pitch for me about your
Okay.
film. So like
Cool, cool, cool,
the
cool.
main storyline, like the theme of it all, like the hook that gets the audience in. But you're gonna have 60 seconds, and I'm gonna time you. Okay, are
Alrighty
you
then,
ready?
I'll try my best.
Okay,
Yes, I think
ready?
so.
3, 2, 1, go.
So the Magic Box, it was animated by Anastasia, and the music was done by Zachary, and it was narrated by me. It's basically about an old man, and he has like an assistant named Gary. Actually, they both live in this wooden cabin in like this very strange woods where a lot of different, paranormal and magical and whimsical things happen that don't ordinarily happen. And the old man is very used to it. He knows how to navigate through these woods. He knows how to move around it and live in it, live within this environment. He's adapted. His assistant is still learning too, and so like we know about this and learn about it as the two are going out to maybe hunt for some food or something like that. And Gary, spots like a red box, the magic box. And he's like, "Oh, hey, old man, should I, open it?" And the old man's like, "No, you shouldn't, because I know these woods. It's not wise to, so I'm just gonna continue on." Gary didn't listen to him. He opens up the box, and he's suddenly possessed by a ghost that came out of the box. Later on, there's, after the two are done hunting and they're going back to their house and just living, you know, the old man is starting to notice a lot of paranormal activity happening in his home, like different objects and items floating around in the air suddenly out of nowhere. He goes into the living room after, being placed in like the kitchen, and he sees Gary is floating with everything, and even the cat, and so the old man's like, "Oh, I know exactly what happened. He got possessed by a ghost because he opened up the red box, so I'm gonna go grab my vacuum cleaner, and I'm going to basically suck the ghost out of Gary." And thankfully he does. Everything's like cool, and that's basically the story. Everyone's, the old man saved the day. It's so cool. Gary's learning to listen to his old man. So there we go.
Awesome. So you are the narrator of this film, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Did you have any part in like production wise, or was that just your role?
That was pretty much just my role. They did ask me to write the
Okay.
script a little bit, and I did help in that. Although it was multiple people that kind of helped to, oh my gosh, edit and refine the script a little bit. I did help with it, and that was mostly my primary role contributed to this film. So yeah.
So what do you think that you admire the most about this film?
One of the things that I admire the most definitely is the animation. The animation looks pretty good, honestly. And to make some of the best animation takes up the most time and the most skill. And I think she did really well with doing that for sure, especially with having to make it paper cutout. She had to draw every single like movement and difference of the characters on individual pieces of paper. You know what I mean? And she had to cut it all out. And so that was really admirable to make it work. One of my other favorite things that I really loved was the backgrounds. The backgrounds look gorgeous within the the film. It's just very creative. It's very colorful, very vibrant as well. And the way that she was able to make such a good looking background that fit with the visual themes of the film, as well as still make the character stand out amongst the background. Like I thought that was really creative, very cool, and very it was structured. It was done very well, generally, to get that point across and yet still look good at the same time.
Did you see any like similarities in aspects of this film to other films or like things that happen in real life or anything like that?
Um, I don't think any like really comes up the mind at the moment. Maybe if anything, the scratchy style of kind of like the colorful backgrounds might give me in like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rise, what is it called, Mutant Mayhem movie, just a little bit,
That's so
just
cute.
to, yeah, it's kind of random, but I'm like it kind of gives me the scratchiness of the style. It's like it's not in the same style or theme as that
Mhm.
movie, but the scratchiness kind of there's a similarity there. If anything, it really, what I will say, it reminds me of like a book. It reminds me of like book illustrations. You know what I mean? Like a children's book, maybe if anything, kind of like the Gruffalo a little bit, or some other book out there that is just definitely has that scratchy, painted style that makes it look very whimsical and vibrant and colorful and full of life. I would say that's what it reminds me of a little bit, like a
So
child's book.
since the vibe of this all is like very whimsical or anything like that, did you have to do anything as the narrator to kind of like bring that to life? Like, or was it just your voice?
I will say, the only tool I used was my voice, but I did try to be more intentional with the way that I narrated the film. I wanted to I make sure I added a nice, almost mysterious but emotional tone a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, there's a point in the film where the old man's cup is floating away, and one of the things I say was, a cup floating? How strange, you know? And I just
Yeah.
kind of, like, express the character's emotions a little bit while still kind of keeping a low, mysterious tone throughout the film. I think that helps a little bit, definitely, with, like, keeping the tone of the film and bringing about that feeling. So I would like to say my voice contributed a little bit to is emphasizing the tone a little bit more, if anything.
So did you do, because I know like in a lot of like a big studio animations or whatever, the voice actors kind of like watch the film as they're talking and they
Yeah.
are like speaking to the animation. Was that how this was, or were they animating to your voice? Like vice versa. Like were you
Actually,
watching it as it, or I'm curious as to how
well,
that
here's
worked.
yeah, actually, she finished animating the film first, and then she was like, "Hey, do you want to narrate it for me?" Or asked the teacher to ask me, and he asked me, "He's like, would you like to narrate this film?" And he would show me the film, and basically what happened is that so they put the whole animation into a specific time sequence, and what they would do later on is that they would give me a script that I would help write a little bit. I would obviously narrate the script, and then they would literally just audio, like they would edit the audio that I performed for the film as they also edited the animation. So they literally edit my audio to fit the timing of the film while editing the film to fit the timing. So it's almost simultaneous. You know what I mean? But I think I'm making it sound more complicated than it actually is. But they animated the film first, and then they
Okay.
just had my audio, edited my audio, and as they edited my audio, they also edited the film to kind of help both the timing, you know, bring be on time together, be in sync. So, yeah, there's all that.
So cool. Okay, so for my last question, and I think this is the most important one, why should people go watch this film at our festival this year?
I think people should go watch this film because there was a lot of hard work and time that was put into this film. Like clearly, like I've seen a lot of films and kids are absolutely talented, but to see the fact that she was able to combine, almost like a science of making the characters stand out from the background, of animating the characters, making separate paper cutouts. That's a very unique style, I'd say, for an animation
Yeah.
film. She used paper cutouts and she animated that on top of such a beautifully drawn and colored background. Like everything is complete, everything is handmade. She didn't just like put it in front of a green screen or animate in front of a green screen and then insert a picture. She painted the picture and she took pictures of it from above. So she literally created a 2D world, with all the backgrounds and all the animating and all the science and the flow of the film just knitted together, quite wonderfully. And it's such a unique story too. So I think she just really knew how to set up such a visual theme that fits such a good story. And the way she put all that together with just her own, hand craftsmanship. Like, I feel like I'm reiterating, but like that's totally like that's how I'd say that why people should totally watch it.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. We're super excited to put this work up on the big screen at our festival. And for those attending the fest, you can see the Magic Box on Saturday, October 18th during screening number 45 at the AMC Empire
Absolutely.
25 theaters in Times Square, New York City. See you in October.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Thank you. Bye.